A polished impeller can still contain an uncontrolled balance risk. Production quality control is not the moment a machine display turns green, it is a chain of evidence linking the exact rotor, the setup, the permitted correction, the verification result, and the release decision. This episode shows what must be complete before the QC gate should open. Start with identity. Lock the model and drawing revision, hub and fastening configuration, rotor orientation, installed accessories, and the mass state that will exist in service. If paint, clips, hardware, or another component changes after balancing, the accepted configuration has changed. The record must make the as-balanced state unambiguous and trace it to one serial number or lot. Before running, pre-inspect the rotor. Look for handling damage, contamination, loose parts, suspect joints, deformation, and runout concerns. A balanced machine can report an apparent correction even when the real problem is bad seating, debris, or a damaged feature. Those conditions should be resolved or segregated before correction work begins, not hidden by adding or removing mass. The fixture is part of the measurement system. Confirm that the arbor and adapters are suitable for the rotor, contact surfaces are clean, seating and orientation are controlled, and constraints match the approved procedure. Close the rated guard and maintain the exclusion zone before rotation. Physical correction begins only after zero speed, isolation, and authorized access are established. Capture a controlled baseline at the specified balance condition. Record speed, signal magnitude, and location or phase information, the setup and relevant environmental state. Do not assume that any vibration is unbalanced. Runout, looseness, rubbing, bearing effects, resonance, and setup movement can create misleading behavior. A useful baseline is stable enough to support a controlled decision. Correction must follow the model-specific engineering method. Define the allowed correction plane or zone, whether material may be removed or approved mass added, the permitted tools, and the process limits. Keep mass, location, and rotor configuration linked in the record. Never copy a correction amount, radius, or speed from another rotor just because its appearance is similar. After correction, rerun the rotor and measure residual unbalance. Compare the result with the specified acceptance basis, considering the required planes and relevant measurement errors. ISO 21940-11 addresses procedures and tolerances for rigid rotors, but it does not turn one generic number into the requirement for every fan. The drawing, contract, and approved procedure remain authoritative. One favorable reading is not enough if the setup is unstable. Repeat the run as required, and when appropriate reseat or recheck the rotor. Results should behave consistently within the defined method. A large unexplained shift can indicate fixture contamination, poor seating, looseness, indexing error, or machine instability. Quarantine the result and investigate instead of averaging the disagreement away. Keep two acceptance questions separate. Rotor balancing asks whether residual unbalance meets the rotor requirement in the balance setup. The assembled fan still needs applicable functional and vibration checks after the motor, fasteners, clearances, housing, and mounting interfaces are added. A rotor pass does not automatically prove the complete installed machine will meet every vibration requirement. The video cannot tell a buyer whether every rotor is inspected. The control plan must state 100% inspection or a defined sampling rule, the lot definition, escalation trigger, and evidence retained. Sampling should be risk-based and contractually clear. Never convert one film test into a claim about inspection frequency, process capability, or the behavior of all production lots. Close the release record with serial or lot identity, machine and fixture, operator and time, baseline, correction action, residual result, acceptance basis, disposition, and approval. If a result fails, connect the non-conformance to segregation, review, authorized rework, and re-verification. A green screen is useful process context, but the traceable record is the evidence that survives an audit. For supplier qualification, request 6 things: exact model and revision, specified balance requirement, machine and fixture evidence, before and after result, inspection frequency rule, and any non-conformance with re-verification. Also define what assembled fan vibration or functional evidence is required. For a buyer-ready QC package, send the model, operating speed, balance requirement, and traceability fields before production begins.